Producing strategic videos and digital content and then integrating them into your B2B sales process will have a massive impact in your business. So obviously the scale of opportunities increases, but you also find that the lead quality improves and the speed of that B2B sales cycle enhances significantly as well. But where the hell do you start with this stuff, right? So in this video, I wanted to talk you through the visionary roadmap, our methodology for digitizing a B2B sales process. A lot to cover, let's do it. Often we'll start with a smaller project, perhaps 1 or 2 videos. First and foremost, this really gives us a chance to clarify your core offer. And then we find when it's launched, it improves every other sales and marketing initiative that you already have going. So for example, your ads and your outreach improve in performance. Your sales team starts giving a very consistent message to every prospect. People start spending more time on your website, that sort of thing. But it also gives us a really good chance to work with you, get to know your company, and it gives you a chance to experience the benefits of working with us before we decide to work together long term. Once we have those videos in place, then we've got a really good platform to move forward into the longer term project. All right, next, once we've finished that initial video project, now we can leverage the insights that we've uncovered and go much deeper to produce a document we call the client avatar. So the client avatar documents your perfect customers. It documents their psychology, like their pain points and their desires, the benefits they experience when working with you, why they should trust you, things like that. And it's documented very specifically in their words. So we'll do the research based on your interactions with those clients. Perhaps we'll interview some of your customers, or we can work through your sales notes or your emails, for example. But once we have that document that's written in their words, then we really have a source of truth for the rest of your marketing. So now anyone that works on your marketing produces very consistent content that speaks to the exact type of people that you want to work with. Once we have that client avatar, we can move forward and start producing the rest of your marketing. Okay, next, monthly reporting. So before any long-term digital strategies are launched, it's so important we understand exactly where you're at. So we'll create a monthly dashboard with a few really key online marketing metrics and online sales metrics. That then allows us month by month to monitor where you're at and focus your limited attention, limited energy, limited budget on the right areas of your marketing that will create the most impact possible. But if you've ever worked with a digital marketing company before, typically they deliver reams of digital marketing data, which makes no sense, right? Awesome information for a marketer, but kind of extreme data overwhelm if you're a director making business decisions. So at Visionary, we'll keep our reports really clear, really simple, and we'll give you data-driven insights on your business. Once we have that monthly reporting set up, then we're in a really good position to advise on what the next strategy is that you should implement. Next, strategic B2B website. So a great B2B website creates this emotional impact on everyone around the business. So we'll use the insights that we uncovered in the client avatar stage to make sure that the content crafted in that website speaks very specifically to your ideal customers. We will leverage the videos from step 1 into your website so that anyone that hits that website gets an immediate strategic explanation of what you do, so they're primed to view the rest of the content. It's also really important that your website is built specifically for a B2B audience. So you'll find that in B2B, decision makers, they tend to be a little bit more sophisticated. Often we'll use longer form content, longer form articles, case studies, testimonials, and authority triggers to make sure that a decision maker feels that you can be trusted and you know what you're doing. And of course, you need to make sure that that website is built for a B2B sales process. There's got to be content that will complement the sales process, and you also want to make sure that you can integrate the latest B2B tools as your online marketing evolves. Once you have that website right, then we can start moving to your social presence. Next, B2B social media. So the B2B sales cycle, it's often 3 or more months, sometimes even years, and there's a lot of different stakeholders from the prospect side in that decision-making process. So during that sales cycle, you want to make sure that every stakeholder from the prospect side is being educated by your content on their social media newsfeed. Often a buying team is mandated to evaluate at least 2 other proposals. So you want to make sure that that content is a lot more deep, specific, and insightful than your competitors. For your B2B social media, we'll relaunch the videos we created in step 1 periodically so that your audience is seeing your people and your brand frequently. We will launch the pages that we've created on your website in step 4 as social posts so that your audience is regularly redirected to your website. And for your social content, we'll make it really specific and really relevant by leveraging those insights in your client avatar. Most B2B companies, probably your competitors, make the mistake of only really talking about themselves on their social media feed. Yours will be the one that stands out and talks very specifically about your customer and their pain points and their desires. Once you've got regular social media content being posted, then you can move on to the next stage, remarketing. Have you ever been to a company's website before and suddenly you start seeing their content popping up everywhere? That process is called remarketing, and it's a really powerful form of advertising because once someone has indicated an initial interest by landing on a website or following a social profile or engaging with an ad, it's likely that they're interested in your service and it's likely they would like to learn more. So in the remarketing stage, we will leverage the videos we created in step 1, we'll leverage the demographics of your audience in the client avatar in step 2, and we'll use that to put those videos in front of anyone that may be interested in your service. And then we'll leverage your monthly reporting in step 3 to make sure that process is optimized month by month. Next, authority articles and white papers. So during that long B2B sales cycle, you're going to need to educate multiple stakeholders. One of the best ways to do that is through long form articles. Especially in B2B, the C-suite tend to be a more sophisticated, more intelligent audience. So sometimes they'll even prefer to read the longer form articles rather than a video because they can skim through it and they can consume it quite quickly. But really important that we get away from the old school corporate style white papers with the tiny fonts and the really difficult jargon. No one has time for that. No one has the attention span for that. Instead, you want to leverage the insights from the client avatar in step 2 so that you can really specifically speak to your audience in their style, with their words, speak to their pain points and speak to their desires. Once you've got that right, once you've got those articles correct, then we'll leverage the other phases of the project. We'll implement those authority articles into your website, we'll implement them into your social media content so people get to read them, and especially we'll implement them as remarketing content so that your prospects are being educated at each stage of their buyer's journey. Next up, social media advertising. Social media advertising is where you pay a platform like, say, LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, Instagram to show your content to the exact right people at the exact right time. You can leverage the insights from your client avatar to be very specific and very relevant in your advertising. And then you can leverage the technology of the social platform to target very specifically. LinkedIn, for example, allows you to target by job title, by industry, even by revenue level. So you're putting the exact right message in front of the exact right people at the exact right time. Over time, it can optimize so that you start producing the best quality leads, and you can start scaling the amount of ad spend to scale the amount of leads that come in. Now, obviously, that's a very simplistic description. Typically, to build and optimize this sort of system takes 3 to 6 months or more. It's very complex and there's a lot of moving parts. But with a social media advertising system, we can leverage everything else we've done in the roadmap so far to create a really specific and powerful range of content to move your audience forward in that buyer's journey. And finally, marketing automation powered by a CRM. The CRM, it will be one of the most powerful tools that you implement into your business. So essentially, it's able to integrate all of your online marketing and all of your online sales initiatives and then track and fine tune each one in real time. The CRM also allows you to run an online sales process. It records and manages your contact with every single lead and prospect throughout their buyer's journey and really allows you to create an individual buyer's journey for every contact where they feel like they're getting the most possible value from your business before the sale. Now, there's plenty of really good CRM technology out there. We've got visionary clients that use HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive, and there's many other more niche versions. For Visionary, our favorite is by far HubSpot, and the reason is because it's evolving the fastest and it scales with your business. So with a CRM, every time they add a new feature or add a new evolution, that's an evolution to your entire online business. You should choose what's best for you, but it's very, very important that you choose with a long-term perspective so that you choose the right CRM that will power your online sales process. So can you see how each of the components start layering on top of each other, start snowballing into an online B2B sales process? But I wanted to say, you don't have to worry about implementing all of these strategies straight away. What's really key is steps 1, 2, and 3. So make sure you have 1 or 2 videos that strategically explain your service. Make sure you've got a really well documented client avatar, and make sure that you're measuring a few key metrics in your online sales and marketing every month. Then from there, you can choose 1 or 2 strategies that are highly relevant for your current business situation. I'm Sanjay Shah, the director at Visionary Digital Studios. I hope that this video really helped you understand our methodology, our process for digitizing B2B sales processes. Thank you.